So before I begin this video, let me just give you guys some context.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm just gonna say this. You do not have to give me context. I'm not stupid, I know what the video is about by reading the title of the video, and plus you even included the name of the person that you're commentating on in the title, so I know what this video is about. I just don't understand why commentators go out of their way to give us context in the video, which all that does really is just pad the video out. But my point is this. If you're going to give context, why not put it in the description? Hell, the video title explains enough context that I know what I'm getting myself into.
And this was supposed to be my first single.
Oh, god damn. How do I turn this shit off? How do I turn this shit off? Sweet release.
This was supposed to. No!
You know you have a problem when your intro music is so loud that it can pierce through someone's eardrums. Not only that, you decide to use still images as well as anime footage, and you even have the watermark. Gosh, I feel like I'm in 2012.
Unscripted Kurumi. It's always a good time when this happens. So, can we talk briefly about this little issue that honestly bugs me when it comes to commentaries and all that stuff? Now, I've heard the complaints, and before you repeat the point in the comment section, let me just address them really quickly. So, when a commentary is released and your only complaint during an interjection is, oh, you only have one picture, or it's not matching up to what you said. Alright, let's try to break this down, shall we? Okay, so the person in question knows who he is. They know what video I'm talking about. So let's not beat around the bush. The reason I used one image for my commentary on Overly Opinionated is the same reason I'm doing so in this video. And that is, I'm doing it for my own convenience.
Here's the thing, Kurumi, I don't exactly disagree with what you're saying, but what you just said here kind of makes you sound lazy. You only have one picture for your own convenience? When you say it like that, it is kind of lazy. I mean, if you said something like, my phone or computer doesn't have that much storage, therefore I can't have multiple pictures, that would make a bit more sense, but just for my convenience sounds rather lazy.
How does that make him lazy? Just because he wants to use one image for his own convenience. And besides, it's his video. He can edit it however he sees fit. And that's the most wonderful thing about having a YouTube channel. You can post whatever you want. And there's no rules that states that you have to edit a video this specific way. And sure, you may not like the way he edits his videos. You could call it lazy. But you have no control or say in the matter of how he should edit his videos. If anything, I could call your videos lazy, which, by the way, that is completely subjective, just like your opinion on Kuromi's video.
Let me explain. See, first of all, I don't think for a second that when it comes to putting images in videos, that there's this huge sense of importance of matching up to what you said. It's to give the viewer something to look at, which is what goes through my mind when I do it. And for me, it's better than looking at a black screen. Mind you, with the complaints that get brought forward with this kind of thing, I'm almost tempted to make black screen as my new avatar. But anyway, spitefulness over. If your only interjection, even if it's a small, minor thing, like, you know it's minor.
Is the fact that it's a small issue make it wrong? No, it doesn't. Also, the reason why it is kind of important to have multiple images is because our eyes are attracted to things that are moving, and having one image would kinda not attract your eyes. The thing is, not everybody knows how to animate and not everybody can draw, so for people like that, what they do is they take multiple images to simulate movement. Yeah, it's not the same thing, but it can simulate a similar kind of effect, and draw people's eyes into their video.
You know what else attracts our eyes? Colors, shapes, symmetry, organization. Those are other things that can also attract someone's eye, not just movement. Also, what does all that have to do with what Kuromi was arguing? Kuromi was arguing that people should not expect you to have images that match with whatever you're talking about. Which, in some cases, I disagree with Kuromi, especially when it pertains to having sources for your argument. While having multiple avatar images is not important, what is important is being able to back up your evidence, which I mostly like to use statistics. That is one of the most crucial things to arguing, is having your evidence to back up what you say. And while I agree with you that having movement is kinda important, I just don't think that it's absolutely crucial.
And I hate that I have to make a video justifying this kind of thing. I hate the fact that this is an actual complaint people have. Oh, but it's a video critique. Okay. Now, tell me this. If I hadn't used one image, if I had multiple images playing throughout my commentary and overly opinionated, would you have given a damn? Would you? Because I think, honestly, you wouldn't have.
Well, we wouldn't have known that we cared, but subconsciously it would have attracted our eyes to your video, and without knowing it, it would have actually made your video a bit more watchable. Not saying that your video was unwatchable, it just would have slightly upped the production of it.
Since when has commentators become YouTube dictators? Like, why does it matter to you? It's obvious that you're trying to dictate to Kuromi what makes a video watchable. Also, you do realize that there's more to video making than just the visuals. There's the subject matter, or the editing style that goes into the video, or what type of video it is, like a let's play or a review. There are many variables that go into video production. In your case, in my case, we are doing audio commentary. And while I agree that visuals are important to these type of videos, I also would argue that audio and your talking points have a much more impact on your video than just the visuals.
I think the final thing I'm going to say about this whole matter is that while it's nice to have a nice looking video, while it's nice, for effort to be put in, it's not always a requirement. It doesn't always impact the video to the point where you need to point it out. So, in the future, I suppose you can call this a little PSA or whatever.
I hear this argument quite a bit. Visuals don't matter that much, it's more of the argument that matters. Well, I do see this argument working to an extent. Visuals are just as important as your argument. If I have a paper that can possibly contain the cure to cancer, but it looks like absolute dog shit, are you going to take the time to read it? Of course you're not going to take the time to read it. It looks terrible.
If it was my job to read that paper and grade it as a teacher, then yes, I would take the time to read it, whether it looks like crap or not. Also, haven't you ever heard the old saying, never judge a book by its cover? I mean, it's clear that you have no idea what you're talking about, because if you did, you would know that there's more to video production than just visuals.
Since all my other points would pretty much just be me repeating myself, let me just go to final thoughts.
And that's all you do in this video, is you repeat the same point. Visuals are more important. Visuals are more important. No, they're not. As you have demonstrated in this video, that visuals are not as important as the overall presentation. You, sir, have failed to convince me.
Actually, do I even need to do final thoughts for this video? I mean, all I really did was answer a couple questions he had. Now, Kurome, I see what your point was with this video, and I actually do agree to an extent. If it's just a minor thing, and if everybody's pointed it out, there really isn't a reason to point it out, and I actually do agree with you on that.
And that was the focal point of the video. If it's something that is completely minor, then why make a big deal about it? Which, I agree with Kuromi that most commentators do make a big deal about minor shit, such as editing, which you are making a big deal out of that, because you believe Kuromi is lazy because he believes that he shouldn't have to use multiple images in his videos, which, in my opinion, is a minor thing, unless we are talking about presenting evidence.
But some of your explanations here made you sound kind of lazy. I'm not saying that you're a lazy person. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I don't really know. I haven't seen too much of your work. But I'm just saying your wording in this video was kind of trash.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously. You just said that you agreed with him on most of the stuff that he said. Yet now you're saying that he's being lazy and that everything comes off as trash. Wow, you certainly backpedaled quickly.
Maybe it was lack of scripting, maybe it was something else, I don't know. But I'm just saying I hope you take what I say in this video into consideration. Anyway, this is the Dark Commentator signing off.
And I believe this commentary was completely pointless for you to make, because all you do throughout this entire video is just repeat yourself, and that does not make a good commentary. But nevertheless, I just wanted to make this video in hopes to share my thoughts on this video, and I'm just gonna say this. I'm not the biggest fan of commentaries, and I have not made a commentary video in quite some time, and that's because, well, the community has changed. And it's not changing for the best, because there are so many people out there that are trying to dictate how people should edit their videos. And that, to me, is the worst thing you can do for a community, is to dictate others. I think that people should be able to express themselves however they see fit. And I'm not completely saying that you shouldn't criticize somebody. If you feel that there is a major mistake in the video, then you should call that person out. However, if it's something that is completely minor and does not affect the overall video, then I just don't see the point of calling it out. But nevertheless, I just wanted to make this one commentary. I'm not looking to make a big comeback or anything like that. I think what set me off was mostly the comments section of this video, where I basically criticized his video and stated that, well, if he's gonna call Kuromi lazy, then he's lazy. He pretty much took it the wrong way, because I had more to say about his video, which I had planned to actually make a video about this, to get my point across. But just his reaction, it just doesn't feel like a community anymore. I remember a time when the commentary community was accepting of others' viewpoints. Now it's become a proverbial gladiatorial arena where if you have a certain viewpoint that they disagree with, they will make sure that they make you look like a bad person. And to me, that's not the type of community I want to be a part of. The internet is about free expression, whether it's good or bad. People should have their own viewpoint, instead of judging others and dictating them on what viewpoint is acceptable. Anyways, that's all I have to say. And until next time, I'll catch you all later.